Now, the rest of the story.
Well, I made 2 cutting videos for you yesterday, and unfortunately, I went and uploaded them last night to edit them and post them. Neither of them recorded any sound. So here I am, trying to salvage a little bit about everything I said yesterday. So we are down at the valley. I'm in the bottom of the valley, and not quite done cutting hay yet. I gotta go cultivate. So I go, Dad is currently tedding everything that we did yesterday. Ryan is trying to finish up cutting hay, and I gotta go cultivate because the corn is getting to the point where I'm not gonna be able to cultivate if I'm not careful. And I at least want to get side dressed what I want side dressed. The good bad news thing is for how with the heat and humidity and the sun, the crops are making up for the slow emergence, and the corn it isn't even growing anymore. It's just stretching. Normally it's a day-to-day thing where you could see, you know, every morning at 9 o'clock, oh my gosh, it's really grown. No, it's morning at 9, then noon, then 3 o'clock. You can tell how fast it's growing. So corn really takes off at this stage. So I went through, this has been windrowed. This is yesterday, it was actually kind of wet yet. That's a big reason why I also windrow. And why I bothered tedding is because this ground was actually fairly wet. You could see with the treads on the tractor, I was sinking in pretty good. By the time Dad gets down here to do this, because the upper bottom was done before this, this will have a little bit more time to dry out. And with the amount of stubble that's here, which is, I do want stubble. I don't want it taken off at ground level for a couple months yet. He's going to hit this with the tedder and throw it out, and then it'll actually lay on top of this stubble, and it'll allow the air, the wind to get up underneath it and help give you a more consistent dry down. And this stuff is considerably greener yet compared to what the upper bottom looks like. But it's beautiful out, not a cloud in the sky. They're calling for 95 on Sunday. Today is, what is today? Is today Friday? So today is Friday, and it'll probably be Sunday when we come down and make this. I broke down last night with about 20 acres to go, so Ryan's finishing that up. And all 3 of us are trying to do something today. And then it's probably going to be Sunday, Monday. We'll get, even with 2 balers, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think we'd be able to get all this done in one day. We'd almost would need a second rake. I would think. And it comes down to a manpower issue. We just, between the 3 of us, I don't even have another rake to throw on. I could do that New Holland rake, but I just don't think it'd be worth it. So we're looking for what, 300 bales down here? Ryan, my agronomist, and myself have all agreed that this material across the whole works is significantly heavier than last year for first cutting. Last year we cut it a week earlier, 5 days earlier, and it also was drier out, where we were worried about, you know, running headfirst into a drought last year. That's not the issue this year. We got plenty of moisture. This stuff has had plenty of moisture, plus the heat, and it's thick. It's very thick. So when he gets down here, hopefully the stuff on top will kind of green out, or that's green on top will help dry out a little bit more. And then this stuff looks like I just cut it. So letting it go as long as I can is in my favor. The wind, or the weather, really isn't calling for any rain until Tuesday night. So we do run the risk of the potential. The stuff's going to get rained on a little bit, but the 30% chance they were calling for on Tuesday sounds like it could be pretty insignificant. And this stuff is going to be wrapped heavy enough, you know, 4 wraps. It'll allow it to shed a bit of moisture, not you know, like a 2 or 3 inch downpour, but especially when they're calling for the heat to come back out again. My goal is to go through and slam as much of this stuff inside as I can. I have enough storage for 225, 250 bales. They're going to be 5 inches bigger than what they were last year. These will be 65-inch bales versus the 60. So comparing it to last year, what am I at? I had 825 bales last year at 60 inches. That compares to what, like 700 and I'd have to get what, 778 bales. Somebody's gonna have to do the math on that one to compare to last year. And I feel that even though we're a little bit later than from last year, I'm currently not running any intentions of backing off on my spray program. I mean, my agronomist keeps hitting me with the standard agronomist response of, should I do liquid or dry fertilizer? Because dry fertilizer at the moment is cheaper than liquid. Then he hits me with the agronomist answer of, you tell me, is it going to rain? Well, I hate when he comes back with that because he's got a point. Liquid is more available. Liquid isn't as dependent on getting a rain shower to wash into the roots. I mean, it's not going to hurt by any means, but the goal is right now, and my intentions and goals change hourly, is I skimped a little bit. I dropped back on the dry fertilizer this spring from 225 to 150, I want to say. And it doesn't look like it hurt, as far as I can tell. I can definitely tell where I didn't get any dry fertilizer on, as far as streaking and some of the areas that I just wanted to make sure that I got everything else done before I got to like out to the absolute edges. And you could see where I didn't get the dry fertilizer down. So it definitely helped, yes, at least in a visual aspect. But going through after this cut, because we still have plenty of growing season yet, I feel like the second cut is definitely worth it. I'm going to hit it with the necessary dose of nitrogen, plus spray it with Radiate. And then if I can make it the end of July, the first week of August, I will, if it has grown up to that point. And then I'll make the decision if I'm going to do another full rate of nitrogen in August to try for a healthy third cut, which it makes most sense to try to get, not cut back on anything, and try to get as much material as I can, especially if the stuff is worth something. But we'll have to wait and see. The bugs are starting to eat me. And it's already 11 o'clock. I got to be back down here at, before 3 because my dad's got to watch my niece. And I got to run home and try to cultivate. So I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm having the issues with the cameras right now. I did check the camera to make sure that it was recording me. And it didn't save the audio for some reason. I don't understand why. So all right, I say looks like we're going to be hitting hay with both barrels here, because we have there's about 120 acres down here. I'm not able to get everything cut there. I tried. I was actually getting water with the outside tire and the mower, so I'm going to try to make that for second cut. I'll just go right across. If it's dry enough, I'll make it. And then once again, I'll try to come down here for third cut and just take everything. So we got to do that if you're aiming for big yields, right? But as of right now, at the moment, I'm pretty happy. First cut is probably the most stressful one because it's the most material. And I'm supposed to be cultivating when I should be making this. So I'm getting pulled about 4 different directions right now. And just trying to make sure you have enough time to do everything. It kind of took my legs out from under me that I didn't get done cutting last night. Started at 7 o'clock yesterday. Ran until 9:30 is when I broke down, and now the last 20 acres or so, which it's all easy running, because the tedious stuff is the turning. Like you get the little narrow areas where you're not taking out nice long swaths. You're taking 100 feet and then turning, and 100 feet and turning, and then 30 feet and then turning. When I'm able to drop in on the nice flat running, I mean, even this, I can start to add up acres, but it gets tedious in some of these areas, and it's uneven in the neighbor's place and then on the pasture piece. And that's the real time burners. If I could just drop in and run and knock out 100 acres of nice flat ground, 10 miles an hour easy. That's what I was doing on the straightaways up on the level part up on the field. But down here for how heavy this stuff is. On top of that, the 7600 with the conditioner panel all the way pulled back. Basically, I'm just cutting and throwing it out the back of the machine, and it was everything the 76 could do to get this stuff made. Maybe I should just do a voiceover. Should I do that? I'll just do a voiceover over me talking in the 76. How's that sound? You know what? I'm going to do that because I'm making these videos and it's frustrating that the audio didn't record. So, well, I'm going to get going. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to try to get the videos out to you as best I can. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. I'll talk to you later.